Welcome to Not Your Status Quo's most anticipated movies of 2019. Remember, if you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified of future videos, and of course, like the video. Go.
Okay, Dave and I's 2019 most anticipated films. This is in no particular order. So Dave, why don't you get us started?
All right. How about the one that's coming out next week? We're gonna be there for the preview. I mean, not the preview, but the opening, the premiere, and it's Glass. It's a combination of, well, not a combination, more like a trilogy sequel. I don't think he had it planned from the beginning, but it's Unbreakable and Split, and this is a third in that series. I think James McAvoy looks incredible. I've barely seen Bruce Willis in the previews, but he's probably going to play a bigger role than we've seen, and of course, Sam Jackson's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a weird way they've approached this. Unbreakable came out, 18 years ago?
Yeah, a long time.
And then Split came out and, had that kind of tie-in stinger at the end of that movie when they're talking about Mr. Glass and Bruce Willis, calls him by name. That was really well done. I'm looking forward to this movie. M. Night Shyamalan, has a history of making some really good movies and then some really bad movies. But I think with these characters and the people in it, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. And next, Star Wars Episode 9.
Yes.
Which we still don't have a title for. I can't think of his name. Who's directing it? Why can't I think of his name?
I don't know. I don't know why I can't think of his name. J.J. Abrams, maybe?
J.J. Abrams, yes. He's back into the fold after the Rian Johnson Last Jedi, which Dave and I disagreed on.
Yes,
we don't have a lot of details on it, except it's taking place a year after The Last Jedi. So, as a huge Star Wars fan, I'm looking forward to it. I always look forward to every Star Wars movie coming out.
I'm a big Star Wars fan, too. I really, obviously didn't like Last Jedi. I hear that Mark Hamill is, he's been talking, and I hear, they're going to somehow piece this story back together to 60% of the fan base to their liking. I hope so.
40%.
I hope that they are able to satisfy everyone with this movie. I'm looking forward to it. When is it? We're looking at December on that one, right?
Yeah, it is December, yeah.
December. What's next, buddy?
SpiderMan Far From Home.
Yes, okay.
Which is taking place right after Avengers Endgame.
5 minutes after.
According to Kevin Feige. And it definitely looks good. Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. We've never seen Mysterio in a live-action Spider-Man movie. Should be good. I mean, Tom Holland's great as Spider-Man. Nick Fury's in it. What's not to love?
Yeah, I haven't heard much about it. I think Mariah Hill's in it.
Maria Hill?
Maria Hill, yeah, that's the one. She's in it too. So, nothing but good stuff from Marvel. So I expect good things. Let's see, what else do we got? How about Shazam, sir?
I'm excited about this movie. I love the character of Shazam. I think Zachary Levi. Is that right? Levi. Zachary Levi. I think he really does a good job of being a boy in this superhero's body. Just what we've seen from the original trailer. I think it's going to do really well. There's been some test screenings. I say it's testing off the scale. So I'm hopeful. After Aquaman, I think DC's on a roll, and I can't wait to see Shazam.
And what he did, maybe Levi? Zachary Levi?
Zachary Levi. We don't know. We apologize if he sees this video. We love your work.
He's wearing pants and Levi's. I don't know. But when the work he did on Chuck, I figure he seems like that kind of character, like not the reluctant superhero, but the more oblivious superhero. Or I can do this. He wasn't a superhero in Chuck, but that same kind of acting, if you know what I mean. Another one for me, Captain Marvel, obviously, coming out in March 7th. Already got our tickets. Brie Larson, she looks like to be a great Miss Marvel. That's a totally different character.
Captain Marvel. Carol Danvers. She was Miss Marvel in the comics, and then she became Captain Marvel. You're right.
I'm mostly right.
Yeah.
But, of course, she said herself that this is kind of like a origin story for even Nick Fury. I think Clark Gregg is in this, right?
He is.
And so we get Agent Coulson back. So nothing but goodness expected from this.
I mean, I love the character of Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. She's one of my favorite superheroes, and just all the stuff they have going on in this. It's set in the 90s. We're getting the Skrulls. This could set up Secret Invasion down the road. We get a young Nick Fury. We may find out why he lost his eye. We get Agent Coulson. we get so much stuff. You know, we get Kree. We're gonna get a lot more cosmic. This is probably going to have the Kree Skrull War in it, which was huge in the comics.
Yep.
Way back in the early Avengers. There is so much going on and so much that they can do with this, and it's going to lead directly into our next film, Avengers Endgame, which, you know, I think it's off the chart. It's off the scales.
Yeah.
How much I cannot wait to see this movie, because the Russo brothers have done nothing but put out excellent superhero films. I mean, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and now they're going to finish this off with Avengers Endgame, where we're probably going to see, you know, the heroes finally win, beat Thanos, and anything else that comes up. You know, they are so good at sort of surprising us in a good way.
And taking every character and putting them in character and keeping them all together. And it's going to be a good rounding out to phase 3, the first 3 phases of this whole series. My only, reservation is that I will miss James Gunn's influence on the next movie. I know he's still part of this movie, but in the future movies, I'm going to miss that. That's too bad. But, you know, having the Guardians in there again, that's my favorite series out of them, is the Guardians and Guardians of the Galaxy, of course, not the Guardians with the owls and stuff. But, yeah, can't wait for this movie either. I think it's going to be the best superhero movie of all time.
I think it definitely has a chance. What's some other movies that you're looking forward to next year? There's a lot going on next year. A lot of movies coming out.
Alita Battle Angel. I saw previews for that starting like last summer, and I thought, okay, but every time I went to the movie, we went to movies a lot. Every time we went, I saw a preview for it, and it built more and more for me. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, some of the early screenings are coming. People are saying it's really good, so definitely something we're looking forward to seeing in February. What else? What else you got?
Zombieland 2. A lot of people didn't know that was coming out. Love Zombieland 1. It wasn't called Zombieland 1, but I loved it. And it's the original cast. Maybe that's why it took so long to get their schedules put together, but that's going to be cool to see. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is not really a comic book movie, but it is Quentin Tarantino. And any Quentin Tarantino, you know it's going to have great dialogue. You know it's going to have great action. Can't wait for that either. Let's see if there's anything. Oh, Lego Movie 2. I can't wait. I loved Lego Movie 1.
Yeah, the first Lego movie was tremendous.
Yeah, what you got? You got any more?
Well, I do. I got, you know, Godzilla, King of Monsters. This for me, I was telling Dave, you know, it's nostalgia for me, because growing up, you know, they had these monster movies on TV every day, and you know what we've seen so far, it's looking pretty good. So I'm excited. I hope they get it. You know, we get King Ghidorah, we get Rodan, we get Godzilla.
Mothra?
I think Mothra's in it too. Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be huge. Hopefully they can fit all these monsters in one movie and have it make sense and be good. I'm also looking forward to the Joker. You know, we've talked about it. A little worried about giving the Joker an origin story,
right?
But for me, it's more about, you know, Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal of it. I'm looking forward to seeing how he handles it, and I'm really hoping it's going to be good.
Do you see who's directing it?
Yes.
Tim Miller.
Yes.
See, that does give me some hope. What else you got? Anything else?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay, well.
So, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you guys next time.